Hello! My name is Helene. Thank you so much for stopping by. I will be reading atypical romances. And by atypical, I mean romances with just a little bit more going on than your classic romance books. The few books I've picked out have a lot of fantasy elements to it, and so there's a lot more going on than your typical human and human romance. Come grab a fun drink, come hang out with me. It's gonna be a good time, and we'll see how this goes. First book up is going to be Bride by Ali Hazelwood. I came up with this video idea purely to read this book. I've been so excited and waiting for the perfect time to read it. I'm 162 pages in. I really like it so far. It took me a second to kind of get into it. Prologue and then the first chapter kind of confused me a bit, just timeline wise. I wasn't sure what the vibe was yet. I really like that at the beginning of each chapter we get a little snippet into Lo's perspective. So like right under here, we just get a little bit of tea on what he's up to, what he's doing, what he's feeling. I absolutely love that she did that, especially because it's not duo POV. At least so far, it has all been in Misery's perspective. Being vampire collateral must have been so awful for her. I cannot imagine growing up in an environment where the people taking care of you also know that they are capable and will if your people fail you. That must have been so scary and so awful. I understand the intent behind it, but for the kids involved, the fact that someone tried to end Misery's life on her wedding day and that only her now husband saw it coming, that's crazy. On her wedding day. And Juno, she makes me so angry. I understand she's trying to protect the people she cares about, but Misery doesn't deserve that treatment. I'm automatically assume that Misery attacked Max like that. I don't like it. I'm so glad that Juno ended up making amends with Misery though. I'm also so curious about Lo's little meetup to see Emery. I don't know what that's about. I'm scared. I hope all goes well. I forgot that in books like this, there's that fear of characters' lives also involved. I love it, but it's stressful, but I love it. Anna is so cute as well. I don't normally like reading about little kids in books, but she is adorable. And I'm so glad we've seen progress between Lo and Misery. Like, they're actually interacting and she's not just left alone all the time. Love some good development. Anyways, I'm gonna keep reading. I'm having so much fun. I am a good 247 pages deep. I'm so glad that Lo ended up letting Misery go on his little trip to see Emery. I feel like they needed that little bonding moment with each other. The plane scene was so entertaining for so many reasons. And then, okay, Dr. Misery being able to help out Anna when she wasn't feeling well, that was awesome. I loved that. I don't know how to feel about the whole peanut butter poisoning thing, because on one hand I'm thinking, oh, it must have been planted for her. At the same time, I feel like it's knowledge at this point that Misery doesn't eat food normally. I also can't imagine that this person poisoning it had it meant for her. And Owen is such a king. I am obsessed with him. Favorite character by far. I love him. I'm still really enjoying it. Misery is so funny. She's had me laughing out loud multiple times. She is hilarious. But yeah, having so much fun. I really like it. One thing I did not realize though was that this book is part of the whole Omegaverse. I'm not entirely sure what that means, what that pertains to. I'm going with it. I'm chilling with it. It's not turning me off from the book. I'm just a bit confused, but I'm catching on and it's going well. I've never read anything Omegaverse before, so that's why it was a bit of a surprise to me. Just not what I thought this book was gonna be, but that's okay. We're going with it. Okay, she's done. Loved it. I had so much fun. The ending was so cute. And also, I think we just found Serena's mate at the end. Like, that's crazy. I'm jumping ahead though. First of all, I was really hoping there wasn't going to be a third act breakup. I don't like third act breakups in romance books. They kind of ruin the story for me a bit. It makes me feel like there is a formula that you have to follow for your story to be successful, good, whatever. And so third act breakups just really remind me that this is a book and they're written in certain ways, systems and patterns. I'd rather not be reminded of that. But then everything was fine, and so then I'm fine. And Serena, being half human, half were, did not see that coming, but that's really cool. I love that for her. This book is definitely set up for a sequel, and I will be researching when that might possibly happen. It did surprise me too that it was Misery's father who had entrapped Serena and was holding her all of this time. I feel so bad for her being locked up in a dungeon for 3 months by your best friend's father. I could not. But yeah, those are my thoughts. I did have a bit of trouble in the beginning with really getting into it, but overall this is a solid 4.5 read for me. I loved it. Definitely see myself rereading this book further down the line if I don't want to read anything new. It wasn't super high stakes, which I really appreciate. A lot of times there is a lot of danger for characters, but there was maybe only 1 or 2 times that I was actually genuinely concerned for their safety in one way or another. That like freaked me out, stressed me out, but I loved it. Next book up. My book is across the room. I just have the dust jacket right here in front of me. Heartless Hunter, The Crimson Moth, book 1. I'm 50 pages in and I'm having a lot of fun. It's already a lot more plotty than Bride was, which is a great change. And it's switching up the tropes, of course, which I absolutely love. According to the intro, it's also an enemies to lovers. And if you don't know already, enemies to lovers is my favorite of all time. I am 166 pages in and I am loving this book. The way Rune gets her blood is genius. And Gideon making the dress for Rune, I know he had alter intentions. I still think that is so cute, even though it's to get incriminating information from her. Even though Gideon and Rune are both using each other, I can't help but fall for both of them. I love them together as individuals. I'm obsessed. They're both so incredibly smart. The tricks that they play on each other are so good. Iconic. I am flying through this book. It is so good. I can feel it's gonna be a 5-star. I can feel it. I have left off on page 3 322. I am still obsessed with their competition to get information out of each other and trick each other. It is so fun. And the underlying hints of them falling for each other, so good. Gideon's story with his whole family and his past with witches shattered my heart, and it made me understand why he's doing this, why he's hunting witches, and I feel like that makes for such powerful storytelling. I can see both sides and why both of them are doing what they're doing, and that is so cool. Love, love, love this book. Rune having to almost execute Seraphine, that stressed me out so much, and I'm so glad that magical fire started so she didn't have to do it. To have to execute the one person that her grandma had told her to go find after she was sent to purge broke my heart. And Cressida still being alive, her magical signature being left behind. I'm so interested with how this is gonna go. And the fact that Alex didn't actually kill her, I was so angry. On the other hand, well, I understood why he didn't, but still, for Gideon's sake, I was so mad at him for that. I am still loving this book so much. I am done. I knew that Rune was gonna overhear the conversation between Gideon, Harrow, and Layla after they finally were gonna be like a thing. I knew it was gonna happen, and it hurt me all the same. Like, I understand he was just trying to protect her, but to say that and then her hear it is so devastating. There was a third act breakup. It was weaved into the story so nicely that I'm not even mad about it. It didn't feel like it was thrown in there like I've read in the past. Like, it felt like it fit the story so well that I wasn't even mad about it. I don't know why, but I did not actually believe when Gideon kept saying throughout the story that he was gonna give Alex a chance with Rune. Like, I don't know, I never actually believed that he would actually be interested in her in that way until he flat out admitted it, of course. That really surprised me. I don't know why. I did not believe it for some reason. It actually made me so sad when she said yes to his marriage proposal. And then Gideon sewing the buttercups for Rune. I know it was another manipulation tactic, but that was so cute. And the way Gideon found out that Rune is engaged to his brother, that shattered my soul. I don't know if I've ever talked about this, but the way that they execute the witches in this book is awful. So barbaric, they do not deserve that. I understand Rune kissing Alex until he passed, but for some reason in my brain that is so icky. Kissing someone until they're gone out of this world. I've never been in that situation, so I don't know how to handle it. It just felt weird to read. The ending made me wish for the second book so bad. I think it's coming out next year, and that makes me so sad that I have to wait so long. 5 stars for sure, without a doubt. We loved it. I will be moving on now to Heartless by Marissa Meyer. In true me fashion, I've actually already started it and I'm loving it. I'm not sure the exact wording on this, but it's very Queen of Hearts, Heartland themed, and I really like it so far. Kath's mom makes me so angry. The things that she says to her daughter is so out of pocket and rude, and then making her wear the red dress to a black and white ball, absolutely ridiculous. And then the ulterior motive being that she was gonna marry her off to the king. That makes me so sad for Catherine. And then the new court Joker messing with Jack of all people, I found that so funny. It's such a good little underlying redemption there. And then the way Jess stole Kath's rope from her corset so she could breathe and she didn't even know it. I thought that was so cute. But yeah, I'm gonna keep reading and I'll keep you updated. lighting looks weird. I'm so sorry. I don't know what's going on. Could be a user error. I've done my normal light setup though, so I don't really know. Anyways, Kath and Jest are so cute. I am obsessed with the two of them. And I'm so happy that they were able to convince the king of doing a courtship as opposed to a marriage proposal right away without spending any time together. Like, a marriage proposal before anything else just sounds so wild to me. Even though he's a king, I feel like that's so weird to do to someone. Imagine just being like, hello, I'm Kath. Hello, I'm the king. Marry me. Like, that's crazy. That is how that plays out, honestly, in my head. And I'm so happy that Kath went to a real tea party with Jest. That was such a fun adventure, even though it didn't end very well, and even though it probably won't happen ever again. It was a great experience. It was so fun. The lion being taken away after he defended Kath from the Jabberwock made me so sad. That broke my heart. Also, visually, I'm not entirely sure what a Jabberwock looks like. I'm sure it's scary, but I'm just not sure what it looks like. In my head, it's like this bee-looking thing with horns that tries to eat people, and it's blue. I don't think that's exactly how it is. I'll look it up. I'm not sure how I feel about Marianne. She seems like an ally at times, and then other times she feels a bit traitory. It's a hard balance because she's a maid of Kath as well as like a friend to her, but she's also like employed by her parents. So it's hard to tell, like, homegirl, where does your loyalty truly lie? I don't know. I feel like if anyone would betray her, it would be Marianne. I am so surprised with Hatta's switch up with Kath. I wonder how much of it was because of the cake and how much of it was because of Just and their little thing going on. I did not see that coming at all. And I'm so not surprised with how Kath's parents reacted to the whole bakery proposal. There was a part of me that was hoping they would be nice. At the end of the day though, their reaction was not a surprise to me. The king not even helping Kath after she was hurt after the whole Jabberwock attack, that was so icky. And then Marianne ratting out Kath. I knew it. I knew there'd be a betrayal. I knew it. I knew it. I called it. I'm not happy that I'm right, but I was right. And she had the audacity to apologize after. No. Hello, we're done. I have finished Heartless. I had such a good time. So good. I feel like this is the epitome of romantasy right here. Also, I know the title of this video is Atypical Romances. I know now that there's actually a whole genre about these books called romantasy, which makes so much sense. I don't know who started it, but good on you. That's a great word. Because I love this genre, I will be using that word in the future. But for the sake of this video and the intro that I've already filmed and edited and everything, we're sticking with atypical romances for now, but just want to put that disclaimer. I acknowledge that there is a better word to be used now. Okay, so Kath, Miss Kath, she was flat out told that if she turns back from going through the looking glass, that the prophecies would come true. She was flat out told that. So I don't know where homegirl got the idea that it was just not gonna happen. Like, especially Jest's death. She was willing to gamble that. Did she really think he would wait for her and not actually help her when she was throwing herself in danger? I mean, I don't know what homegirl expected, honestly. Did not see it coming that Lady Peter was the Jabberwock, though. Surprised me. Crazy. I cannot believe that Kath's parents actually asked her if this is actually what she wanted, if marrying the king was actually what she wanted, when it was basically too late. They finally asked, are you actually okay with that? Wow. I am shocked too at the complete 180 that Kath did with her entire personality, honestly. Like, she turned into such a cold-hearted human being. I think I would be that way too if I went through all of that to lose the dude that I was doing all of that for. I think I would lose my shit too. Not gonna lie, I was really happy that she did not immediately just forgive Marianne. She was a bit colder and not nice. I felt like Marianne deserved that after making Kath do what she did. The ending felt a little bit long to me, I will not lie. There were some parts where I was like, wow, I have a lot left. Looking back though, I know that those extra pages were needed for the story to end the way it did, and I'm happy with how it ended, besides Jest's death. That was devastating. And it was crazy seeing Kath truly embody the evil queen vibe. She killed it. Good on you, girl. I would give this book a 4.75. Loved it, ate it up. It was so funny too at times. The whole book was so themed out and quirky and fun, and the vibes were great. As you know, the whole point of me doing this video was to read atypical romances, also known as Romantasy, now that I've learned the word. This is definitely my second favorite genre now. Absolutely loved all of these books. I really like that they're romances with just a bit more going on, a bit more fantasy elements to them. Thank you again for stopping by and coming on this journey with me, and I'll see you next time.